Good morning, Crocker. Welcome to our show for today. My name is George.
And I'm Justin. Let's take it on to our top story.
Today is Monday, June 1st. Today is deadline day. There are two deadlines today. The first one is that this is the last day for you to sign up for your electives and world languages, 6th and 7th graders. The second is an even bigger one. Today is the last day you can turn in late work and still get credit. Check your assignments and make sure to turn in that late work, Crocker. Do it today. And now we have some HTV at home clips to show you.
Bass, and today I'm going to be showing you the good components to a really good drum kit. So starting off, we've got over here our snare drum. So it's called a snare drum because on the bottom of it, these little lines are little metal coils called snares. And what they do is it presents a really strange sound compared to the other drums. So if we smack this drum, it's a very echoey sound, but if we smack a snare drum, it's also a little echoey, but it's also got like a little clanging sound to it. And that brings us over to the hi-hat. So the hi-hat is a cymbal, and it can be either used as an echoey cymbal, or it can be used as more of a shorter, quicker sound. And you can do a lot more interesting things like a roll. And it's overall pretty good for most songs. Over here, these three drums are called the toms, and the smaller they are, the higher a pitch they produce. So our smallest tom produces the highest sound, our middle tom produces a middle sound, and our lowest tom produces a very deep, echoey sound. And that brings us over to our last tom called the floor tom, which is really big and really low. And let's just go in a circle. Over here we have the ride cymbal. And this one produces a little more of a deeper and longer sound than our hi-hat over behind me. So it sounds also a little something like this. And then again, you can also do rolls on it. But it doesn't work as well. Over here we have what's called a China cymbal. These create a really strange sort of sound that I can't describe. And last but not least, we have the crash cymbal. So these are commonly used at the end of a phrase, and a phrase is a sort of like a musical sentence, by the way. And it's pretty easy to sound. So you'll hear that commonly in some sort of drum pieces, but mostly at the end of a phrase and not usually at the beginning. And last, we have the bass drum. And commonly, what you'll actually want to do, if I show you over here, is you put a pillow in it. And this might sound dumb, but you actually use a pillow to make sure that it's not too loud, because it stops all the vibrations from the inside. Well, that's all the time I have today, but thank you all for watching.
Hey Crocker, welcome back to Trivia with Ryan. And our next question is, what was the first movie by Pixar to receive a rating higher than G in the United States? Is it A, Toy Story, B, Finding Nemo, C, The Incredibles, or D, Monster Inc.?
Hey Crocker, it's Miles in our sports segment for this week. This week I'm going to be talking about the UFC once again, since there's not many other sports to talk about at the moment. So, the fight, or the main event, is Tyron Woodley versus Gilbert Burns. Tyron Woodley is the former reigning champion, but he got his belt taken from him after he lost. And the belt is like the trophy. So if you're the best person has the belt. And people are saying this could be a very, very good main event. I don't really know that much about the UFC, but it could be. And yeah.
And now let's go to Avery and Grace for In the Views.
On Friday, we got to watch the epic final class competition event of the year. This exciting Kahoot class competition was put on by Mrs. Bowie and the leadership students. Sahil and Ethan did a great job narrating the event. It was an exciting high-stakes game to determine the winner for the year. Competing in the history Kahoot were Mr. Carroll representing 6th grade, Miss D for 7th grade, and Miss Frankel sitting in for 8th graders. What a great way to end the year. Let's send on over to Grace for more class competition news.
I'm here with the final points for today. Competition was very fierce, but Mr. Carroll swept away the competition and won 500 points for the 6th graders. Unfortunately, even with the win, they did not have enough overall points to top the 7th and 8th graders, with a final total of 10,222 points. Coming in third today was Miss Franco, who earned 200 points for 8th graders. They ended up with 10,618 points, but it was not enough to beat the 7th graders. Miss D came in second place, winning 300 points for 7th graders, ending with 10,765 points, and that was enough for the 7th graders to maintain their lead and come out victorious in the overall standings. Great job to all, especially the teachers, putting their history knowledge on the line for the students. It was such a fun event to watch, and now let's go over to art history.
George John recreated Man in a Red Turban made by Jan van Eyck in 1433. This is a non-religious piece, and we don't know whether or not it's a self-portrait. One technique used in this beautiful piece of art is individualism. George, great job. Your recreation is flawless.
Bo also created the Man in the Red Turban. This is a Jan van Eyck painting in 1433. It is a self-portrait of the artist wearing a red turban. You can see the technique of vanishing, since you can barely see the background. Great job, Bo.
Today is the student council election. Check your emails from Mrs. Bowie for details. We have so many highly qualified candidates going head-to-head for these positions to be our school leaders for next year. We will show you these candidates one last time, and you'll vote today. Let's go over to the candidates.
We have Charlotte Rosario running for Assemblies Commissioner, Megan Ione running for Communication Commissioner, Brody running for Treasurer, Dragon running for Treasurer, Amelia running for Secretary, Lucas running for Athletic Commissioner, Lizzie running for Spirit Commissioner, Abby running for Spirit Commissioner, Carly running for Green Commissioner, Grace running for Vice President, Olivia running for Vice President, Sahil running for President, and Sabrina running for President.
And now let's go over to Avery for birthdays.
Hi Crocker, this is Avery again with your birthdays for today. Happy birthday to Selma and Rihanna. Now let's take it back to our anchors.
Information for summer reading is up on the Crocker Library website. There is no required reading, but students are encouraged to set your own reading goals for the summer. Read widely and try some new things. There's lots of recommendations on the library website. Also, the Burlingame Public Library is offering their Teen Summer Learning Challenge. Contact Ms. Gilchrist with any questions.
Summer Learning Challenge is on at the Burlingame Library. Sign up on our website, www.burlingame.org/library. You still get a free book at the beginning and a Barnes & Noble gift card when you finish. And you will also still be entered into a raffle for a chance to win a $1,000 college scholarship when you finish. The deadline to finish is August 31st.
You can submit book reviews or recreate book covers for a chance to win weekly gift cards to local restaurants and to be put into the grand prize drawing of a $100 Visa gift card.
Visit our website for summer reading recommendation lists. All books on the lists are available as either ebooks or e-audiobooks from the library. Just download the Libby app and you're ready to read or listen. While the library is closed, we will still have virtual events over Zoom, like a Fourth Friday Teen Book Club, Teen Trivia Night, and practice SAT and ACT exams. Check our website for details and dates. Coming soon, we will also have curbside delivery at the library, so keep sheltering in place and staying safe, and read some books while you're doing it.
Join Ms. Gilchrist for games in the virtual library today at 3:30. Our last game for the year will be Scattergories. No experience needed, just grab a pencil and paper. Email Ms. Gilchrist for the Zoom link.
Next week, we'll be collecting your school supplies. Mr. Miller sent you a checklist to start collecting your textbooks, library books, band instruments, 8th grade Chromebooks, and other materials to turn in next week. Your parents received the collection schedule, and it will be a drive-through collection procedure with all safety precautions in place. Remember, 6th and 7th graders will be able to keep their Chromebooks over the summer. And now, let's take it over to 8th grade highlights.
To Caitlin, Dylan, Ben, Bradley, Mallory, and Nuria. That's all from me. Let's take it back to the desk.
For this week's Weird But True, did you know that Oscar the Grouch was originally orange and not green like in most of the episodes? And that the Three Musketeers was originally split into 3 different flavors: vanilla, chocolate, and strawberry, unlike the one flavor it is today.
For this week, finish the lyric. Try and figure out what line comes after "We are the champions."
Recently, Zoom sent out an email to all of their customers asking them to update their Zoom. This update is mandatory as it brings new security features, including a new form of encryption. Make sure to download the new version of Zoom on their website, as old versions of Zoom won't be able to join meetings. Don't worry, students, your Chromebooks update automatically. All right, Crocker, it's George.
And Justin.
Signing off. Have a great day.
Bye.